Golf 8, hold short 1 left. Golf 8, hold short 1 left on 3514. Alright, cross Golf 8, 1 in left, envoy 3514.
Man with a camera.
Yes, it's time once again for Runway DFW After Dark. It is I, Walt, with you here at Founders Plaza at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport on this Friday, October the 11th. Happy weekend to you as we watch the planes at one of the busiest airports in the world. I think we're in for a good time tonight. Welcome, one and all. Glad to have you on board. I see the Peacock A380 is here with us. Did I click on that? I did. There we go. He says, good evening, everyone. Hello. Down there in Australia. I'm assuming that's where you are. Ann Jones says, good evening, all. We get a greetings from Veronica Peters. We have the newlywed Anna the Dispatcher saying hello. Another one of our great viewers, Aviation Geek, is here with us tonight. Steve Lundaby, one of our great channel members, says, let the fun begin. Well, let us let the fun begin. What you're looking at when I punch this button, off there in the distance, is the British Airways A380. It will be winging its way to Australia. I'm sorry. Winging its way to London, England. Why would it be going to Australia? I don't know. I don't know what its time parameters are here. I don't see it quite on the radar yet. So we'll get to see it launch into the evening skies here. Mike R says, hi Walt. Hello, Mike R. We get a hello from Jennifer Rutherford, who is a channel member. Thank you. Anna lets us know, watch out for Envoy Flight 3901 David. Mr. Anna the Dispatcher is flying it out in an hour. Where is it going to? Flight 3901. Let's see, AA 3901. 901. That would appear to be going to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Scheduled for 8:51 on an Embraer 175. So we'll be on the lookout for it. Please do and give us a shout out if you see it coming, if you see it moving. Roger Scott says, good evening, Walt, mods, and all. Luke, the random spotter, left us this message ahead of the program. He says, I'll join y'all after the football game. Have a great stream. Thank you, Luke. And do check out the Random Spotter channel here on YouTube. He just posted a really cool compendium of arrivals, mostly arrivals and departures at San Diego Airport from a couple months back in 4K. So check that out. So, let's see. Jennifer says, how are you doing? Or, Walt, I'm doing laundry so I can set and forget my suitcase as I leave for Ireland in 27 days. That sounds like a great deal of fun. Let us see what we got coming in. We've got some regional jets inbound. Let's see if our camera is all cranked up and ready for that activity here. So hang on a second. First arrival is going to be coming in from Lubbock, Texas, a CRJ 701ER, American Eagle Flight 4931. And that's it there. Well, wherever you are around the world, welcome on in. Anna says her husband will dispatch an I love you text before he blocks out, so we'll get a good heads up. Thank you for that. Here we are at our broadcast position at DFW Founders Plaza, and on a Friday night, there's always a bunch of folks here who are eager to see the action. Kids and parents, it's a great place to hang out. Dwayne says it's a great night for spotting, and indeed it is. The airport has the temperature at 88 degrees with 13-mile-an-hour winds coming out of the southeast. That makes for a very pleasant experience. So here's an E-jet getting ready to touch down. And I lost it on my radar. Gonna have to do a little sleuthing here to see from whence that cometh. Well, that was oh no, that was not an E-jet, Walt. That was Of course it was. That was American Eagle 4166 coming into Dallas from Corpus Christi on the Texas Gulf Coast. So it is a great pleasure to see you here on the broadcast tonight. And of course we do have the A380 to look forward to. Should be unparking itself not too long from now. I don't know if it came in on time or late today, so It's kind of unmistakable there. And of course, as we've mentioned in previous recent broadcasts, we will not be seeing this plane for too much longer. In the coming days, British Airways will be well, I don't know if they'll be mothballing this jet. They'll probably be reassigning it to other routes, but the A380 will not be coming to DFW for the winter months, at least in the form of British Airways. Now, I did read that Etihad is being a little mysterious about its upcoming route expansion. I guess the clues it gave indicate that it won't be coming to DFW. It said the usual suspects will not be included, and Etihad have had in the past flown here to DFW. The Peacock A380 says it's always nice to catch an arrival during the live stream. Well, we aim to bring you a mixture of both. We have another what you call your arrival coming in here. This is an E-Jet coming in from Minneapolis, St. Paul. It's a destination I believe American flies both regional and mainline jets into and out of. The Peacock A380 says Tate, his partner, is working on Qantas Flight 7 tonight. Pardon me? It is Runway DFW on YouTube. So let's see what the status of QF7 is here tonight.
Golf feet, 25 on the other side, across runway 18 left envoy, 3965. 131 Alpha, cross way left over the bird, 65 on top, have a good day. And flight 7242, departure to flight. Report on good day, flight 7242.
Oh, well, it says it's estimated to arrive at 8:10. That's just around the corner. So we will be on the lookout for that. Is that running late? I don't know. Coming in from Sydney. So we will be on the lookout for that for sure. Yin Team Stripe says happy Friday, everyone. Or some of you Saturday. Yes, depends on where you are on this globe of ours. There's a departure which I will have to, as they say in the broadcast industry, back announce. Like when a disc jockey plays a record but doesn't tell you what it is until it's over. That was American Flight 339. It is in the sky, going to Phoenix, an Airbus A321 Neo. We have for you, coming in now, is a flight from Wichita, Kansas. It's American Airlines Flight 155. Airbus A319. Well, I hope you've had a good week and that you will get to enjoy the weekend. Blue Dragon Who says good evening, Walt, Mods and Gang. Hello to you. Blue Roy L, channel member, says good evening, Walt, Mods, and everyone else. Here's to a big weekend. Our great moderator Bev A is in the house. Hello, Bev A. I hope you'll all say hello to her. All right, what's on the radar? Oh, Flight 777. Now, you know what Flight 777 is. You know where it's coming from, right? It's coming from Las Vegas. Because, you know, 777. It is not, however, a Boeing 777. It's an Airbus A380. A321, sorry. American doesn't have any A380s. At least if they do, they've been doing a good job of hiding them.
And was for 26, you want to stay with you? 26, yeah, you just called me on tower check. It's fine,
and it will be a sad day if we lose the A380 semi-permanently. I got my fingers crossed that Etihad may make us a destination. I don't know about the A380, but they do have a link up with American Airlines, Etihad does. You know, so they could feed passengers into the American Airlines gigantic hub here and vice versa. And I should point out to you that if you are interested in being a mod, because I see that Bev A is all by her lonesome here, if you want to volunteer, there's the address, walt@runwaydfw.com. Shoot me an email and let me know of your interest. Let me put up that address again, walt@runwaydfw.com. That's me. So the plane you see there is going to Las Vegas. A little closer look at it there. That's American Flight 1459 in Airbus A321. It's on hold apparently for whatever reason. There's a number of reasons why that can happen. They might not have all their parameters fed into their flight computer yet, and they have to get those from the American Airlines dispatcher, not from the tower. It could be that there is, they're waiting for a slot in the sky to get to Las Vegas, or Las Vegas may be trying to measure its incoming flights. I don't know the answer. That is speculation on my behalf. Meanwhile, we've got American Airlines Flight 20862 Omaha. We just saw one come in. To Omaha, it's an Airbus A319, which is just about to have a launch. So let's go to launch. There's Luke. He's here but lurking. Boy has a football game and band performance. Luke, that is way more important than this. So thanks for popping in, and keep an eye on that boy of yours. I got to see my 8-year-old grandson play in a soccer game for with his after-school buddies. He's in an after-school program in the city of Denton, and they have a really nice program. And his after-school bunch played the squad from another team. It was the championship game. And the good news is that my grandson scored 3 goals, and that was all his team did score. The bad news is that the other team scored, I think, 5 goals. So got a new subscriber, Jojo Dad. Did I see what that was? Thank you for subscribing. Anthony Guinan says, I think, or he's saying to Beve, there might be a lot of people watching the Dodger game. I'm watching the game and Runway DFW. Yeah, I can't directly compete with sports. But if you have a hankering to watch airplanes come and go, well, here we are. And people seem to like watching planes at night. Something about the lighting and the drama. William Griffin says Qantas 787 coming in 15 to 20 minutes. We'll be looking out for that. We have a friend on that plane, Tate, who we got to meet at Cranky Dork Fest, along with the A380 Peacock, or the Peacock A380. I got that somehow reversed. Let's do a super jumbo check. The British Airways A380 has not yet, I don't think. Is it moving? Almost looked like it was moving, but I can tell by a light behind the tail that it is not moving. Arriving from Phoenix, Flight 679, American Airlines. That's an Airbus A321neo. There are the tower lights of Cedar Hill, about 20, what did I calculate once? 24 miles away from here. Looks like it's right next door, but it's quite far away. Those are very tall towers. Nova Rain checking in says, "Heyo, Walt and Chat Peeps." I don't think anybody else on this channel says "Heyo." It's almost reminiscent of Ed McMahon on The Tonight Show, but I think his was "Hiyo." Yes, I know I'm dating myself by making a Johnny Carson Tonight Show reference. And of course, I have to remember we have an international audience, and even if you are of a certain age, you may not have heard of Johnny Carson or the Tonight Show, because that was a U.S. phenomenon in the day. I mean, the Tonight Show still exists, but it's an entirely different animal. That was American Eagle 3573 arriving from Midland, Texas, and number 175. That Las Vegas bound plane still hanging in there.
High speed, hold short, copy.
The Peacock A380 says he's only 15 minutes out. They departed 4 hours late due to the incoming aircraft being delayed. Okay, so that accounts for it, because we don't usually see the flight incoming from Sydney. We usually see it going out if we hang out long enough. Just as we had on Wednesday night, the last time we checked in with you, we do have two MD-11 tri-jets over at the UPS terminal next door to us here at Founders Plaza. I don't know if either of them are going out tonight. Usually, let me see if I can make a quick check here. I don't know that either of them is going out tonight. We've got coming in at 9:20, it says here, on jet tip, Qantas 2021 livery, 747-400. So we'll look forward to that. The Boeing 100-year livery on Alaska Airlines is coming in, but at 11:24, that's usually after we have gone off the air. The British Airways departure, the A380, is scheduled for 8:20, so we're about 20 minutes away from seeing that take off, although the plane should be moving soon. And at 10:06, we should see one of those. It could be that one. I don't know if that one or the other one. MD-11 head off to Louisville. And we should see the other Qantas flight coming in tonight from Melbourne at 10:43 p.m. So if we're lucky, we'll get to see two flying roos. Also around that time, a Nippon Cargo 747 coming in from Anchorage. So we've got some flights to look forward to. At 9:44, coming in from Mexico City, a Lufthansa Cargo 777. And at 8:50, about 50 minutes from now, the daily Turkish Airlines flight coming in from Istanbul. Well, it says planned. I don't know if we'll see that or not. All right, well, we've recapped all of that. At the top of the hour, let's remind you that you're watching Runway DFW After Dark. Live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. From our little outpost here at Founders Plaza. Well, still no movement on the A380, so we'll keep our eye on that. But we are looking forward to the arrival of the delayed flight from Sydney on Runway DFW after dark. There's Johnny Dodge saying, "Hi Walt, the stream looks great, sir. Good to see you. Always good to see you, Johnny." Well, looks like that Las Vegas bound flight has made some movement. Maybe it took off. New subscriber Virginia Dobbs. Thank you for your support of the channel with a subscription, Virginia. Always glad to welcome new subscribers. New subscribers, well, you have to be a subscriber to be in the chat room. Well, I mean, you can look at the chat room, but in order to participate with our great Runway DFW family, you've got to be a subscriber. That's the only requirement. And a subscription to the channel is free, so if you are so inclined, I hope you will consider that as an option on this Friday night. We'd like new subscribers. We were just looking there at American Eagle 3937 to Billings, Montana, and Embraer 175. And here comes Qantas Flight 7 from Melbourne. This is a Dreamliner. Right here on Runway DFW with flight attendant Tate on board. A delightful gentleman who, as I said, we got to meet at Cranky Dork Fest. And there's the touchdown. Concluding a 14-hour and 39-minute flight from Sydney. And again, we have a Melbourne flight coming in from Australia on Qantas a little bit later in the show. It's a 7879 Dreamliner. And it's headed now over to International Terminal D for deplaning operations. And Tate, if you get to watch this on replay, welcome once again back to Dallas-Fort Worth. My pleasure, the Peacock A380. It's actually kind of a bonus for us to be able to see this flight landing. Although it's got to be extra stressful on the crew when you've got that much delay involved, and I would imagine well, I don't know what the plans are. I don't know if they're going to try to turn this around for its regular departure, or to get close to it, or wait till tomorrow, or what. I guess we'll find out as the evening continues.
American 329 on SUB Park, runway left to pick up. SUB Park, to pick up 1 left, American 329.
Scouts 4039, East of Tower, traffic 1 left, on point.
Thanks to Anthony Guinan for a $5 super chat. Walt, on my Amtrak trip, I bought my DJI Pocket 2. Worked great. Was quite a conversation starter. Yeah, I didn't use mine as much. He's talking about a little pocket-sized camera with a gimbal, which makes for smooth shooting, and it's pretty unobtrusive. But it does have it doesn't look like anything else that you have probably seen. I didn't find it as useful on my trip as I thought I would, because I wanted to do live shots with it. And there is a way to do it, but for some reason I couldn't get it to work. So I just did when I was out and about on walkabouts, I would just do that with my 3-year-old iPhone, which worked remarkably well, because it's got really good image stabilization, and the software I was using kind of added to that. So if you haven't seen any of my walkabout videos, which most of which have nothing to do with aviation, some of them do, they're right here on this channel on YouTube in the South Korea playlist. So Anthony, I'm glad that you got some usefulness out of that camera. I did do some shooting with it for recorded things, but I didn't use it for any live shots. I'm talking about the DJI camera, and most of you are familiar with DJI as a maker of those drones that fly all over the place, but they do make these other little cameras too.
Park, 18 left to take off. RFB Park, 1 left to take off, United 13. American 1217, needs to be down, traffic 1 8 left on a plate.
On the way, 18 left, American 1217.
Green Axolot Roadblock says there's a plane flying over the north of North Korea now. Well, that's interesting. What do we have there? What am I missing there? That was not the color of a American Airlines plane, was it? No, that was United. Well, I'll tell you where this is going presently. Wind is kicking up a little bit. So without looking at my screen, I'm going to say that plane is either going to Denver or San Francisco. Let's see. San Francisco it is. That was a 737 MAX 8. Flight 1387. Terry M with a kind comment. Thanks, Walt. Nothing on TV, and you show up to save the night. Thank you so much for that kind comment. We've got for you next an American Airlines flight arriving from Atlanta. Flight 1051 from Atlanta. That was a 737-800.
Flight 06, traffic 3 miles, Whiskey Kilo, cross 18 right, park, get in. Roger that, we cross 1 right, go to corner, but break off 806. American 1051, high speed, Whiskey Lima, cross.
Our next arrival comes to us from another Texas city, San Antonio. Flight 2068. American Airlines, another 737-800.
2033 visual line, right. Right, 2033, DFW Tower, 1 right, clear left. 1 right, clear left, right, 2033.
Yeah, we'll see that in just a sec. Ron says, I've got a couple of DJI drones. You know, I'm interested in drones, but I don't... Actually, I have two... I had one toy drone, and then I had one that was... I got on clearance, and it was not a DJI. And they stopped making the software for it to use your phone to control it, so that's kind of unusable now. And it was pretty old technology, so if I ever need a drone, I'll have to rethink that. They do get, they have gotten quite a bit better since my last purchase. And cheaper too in some cases. Problem is, where would I like to use a drone? Here. Where can't I use a drone? Here at the airport. It's not. It's verboten, so you don't want to. You don't want to do that. So here's the plane from San Antonio coming on in. We've got an Airbus A321 next. American Airlines flight 2073 from not from San Antonio but from San Diego. So double San arrivals, I guess. I don't know.
Fox Alpha 65 on top of the bridge yesterday. Fox Alpha 65 on the bridge.
Larry Brown checking in. He's a channel member. Autel Flyer here. Glad to have you with us on this Friday night here in the middle part of the USA. Waiting on this arrival from San Diego. It's a fairly short jaunt from San Diego, 2 hours and 24 minutes.
2738, you took out into B Park, lane left, clear take off. To B Park, clear take off. 1 left, American 2738.
And speaking of San Diego, I mentioned it earlier that our friend Luke, the random spotter, just posted, I think within the last day, a very nice compilation of activity from the San Diego airport, taken from a hotel overlooking the airport. Nice 4K footage. So while you're subscribing, you should subscribe to our channel, but also to our friend Luke, the random spotter here on YouTube. Marco Celli says, "Hi Walt, what's going on for tomorrow, Airline Videos Live?" I don't know. As far as I know, Airline Videos Live will next come to you on Sunday. But I don't know if they've got something else cooked up. That's right, there is. I think there's a premiere tomorrow that of a behind-the-scenes production that Kevin has cooked up with his editor Charlie. So yeah, I think you have that to look forward to tomorrow on Airline Videos Live. I'll look forward to seeing that. Warren Rodriguez says, "I'll be here next Friday. I hope you will. Weather permitting and other factors also, I will certainly try to." American Flight 2097 is going to Sacramento, California. It's an Airbus A321. Now rocketing out of the picture.
American 2073 Whiskey Mike, cross 20 left, 85 this side, have a good day. Alright, clear cross 20 left, Whiskey Mike, 25 this side, good day, 2073. American 2097, kind of park up this line. American 2097, switch, good night.
Warren says I'll be flying on QF22. Is that Qantas? On 1018. Hopefully it'll be upgraded. Fingers crossed. Well, yeah, it's always nice to be upgraded when you're traveling. Oh, he's going to Melbourne. Okay. That is a long flight. And yes, that would be nice to be upgraded on that. C-Dub is here. Great Channel Walt. I flew the CRJs for Sky West out of DFW from 2021 to 23. I was right there at Founders Plaza when I found out I'd be flying the A320 family for my current airline. Great times. C-Dub, happy to have you with us. Always nice to have someone from the cockpit crew here to correct my mistakes. Which do happen occasionally. I make a mistake every now and again. At least once or twice a year. Vince Kowaleski says, very nice shots, Walt. Thank you so much. Warren has already done the calculations. 17 and a half hours to Melbourne, the 5th longest flight in the world. It's probably going to seem like the 1st longest flight in the world by the time you get done. I'm sure the crew will take very good care of you. But I have to tell you, if I was going to be on a flight that long, I mean, I was just on a 12-hour flight to or from Korea, and I think if I have to fly in coach, I think from now on it's going to be with an aisle seat. I just feel the need to be able to get up whenever I want to get up without disturbing my seatmates.
406 is 14 and a half hours, visual 18 right. 1406, 406 is 2018 right, clear left. Clear to land, 18 right, American 406.
And I like to look out the window as much as the next plane spotter, but for a flight that long, if I don't have an upgrade, I think I'm going to have to opt for the aisle. What do we have there? That was American Flight 1372 off to the state capital of Austin, Texas, a 737-800 here on Runway DFW for this Friday night. Jennifer wants to know if I'm going to be streaming this weekend. I don't think so. I've got a lot to do tomorrow in terms of things around the house. And then on Sunday, we might have some exciting plans to hang out with my grandson. So I think there won't be any Runway DFW this weekend. We usually try to sneak one in, but I don't think so this time. Duke I can't pronounce that. Just subscribed, so thank you for that. We welcome new subscribers. Jennifer says, I love the window seat. Yeah, I know. I do too. But I don't know. Have you been on a 12-hour flight or a longer flight? We're looking, as you can see, here at one of the two UPS MD-11 tri-jets. This one's still in the process of being loaded in. And as we mentioned earlier, we've got one that's going out, at least one that's going out later tonight, close to the 11 o'clock hours. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. I've got to find a way to give my number one camera more juice because it's running low on power. So let me see. Let me scratch me head here. We've got a hello from Gary Trentlaw. Hello, Gary. Ron C., channel member, says, I would get a window seat on flights less than 4 hours and an aisle seat for long flights. That sounds about right. And Luke says, I got spoiled with upgrades on that last trip, and his last trip was to Guam. So this next one will probably be uncomfortable. Well, just to reorient you, here we are at Founders Plaza at DFW International Airport in Texas. I am Walt. I'm wearing the blue shirt there and the khaki shorts with the headphone on the top of my head. Thomas Moore checking in. I like window seats if it's just a pair of seats or a shortish flight. Yeah, that seems to be the consensus here. Got an American Airlines Airbus A380 coming in. A 24-year-old aircraft dating back to the turn of the century, coming in from Eugene, Oregon. It will be flight number 406, if I read that correctly. We haven't yet identified our first 20th century plane of the evening. There's a chance, pretty good chance, that the MD-11 we'll see taking off will be one of those. But UPS does have at least a handful of 21st century MD-11s. American Flight 1547 is going to Las Vegas. It's an Airbus A321, and it is poised for takeoff at the top end of runway 18 left. There it is there. Give you the big picture here. We're in South Flow tonight. The wind is coming out of the south, so the planes are landing into the wind. Our location is overlooking runways 18 left and 18 right. You see the Runway DFW logo there, the blue one, the blue logo, is where we are located at Founders Plaza. Cheeto Production says, good evening, Walt. Got you up on the patio again. No beer in hand this time, just coffee and iced tea. Smoking a 22-pound brisket for my neighbor kid's birthday party. Have a long night ahead. That it sounds delicious. I'm sure it will be delicious. That looks to be an Airbus A380. What do you say?
11 miles.
It is indeed Flight 773, American Airlines, coming in from Austin, Texas, on this Friday night. Big game in Dallas tomorrow between the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners. The Red River rivalry. They once called it the Red River Shootout, but they changed it to rivalry to reduce the violence implied in the title. Duke is Duke says, hey Walt, I remember your work on Channel 8. Good to see you here. I just stumbled upon your channel. He's talking about my work on WFAA Channel 8 here in Dallas. I worked there for 33 years altogether. And for a while I was actually on the air. I was mostly behind the scenes, but I did a brief stint as the host of Computer Corner. Well, not a brief stint. It was actually like 16 years I did it. It was a once-a-week technology news segment. And if you look up Computer Corner on the interwebs, well, we're here on YouTube. I've got a page with a couple of episodes of that. I keep meaning to add some more, but this hobby of mine keeps me a little busy. So maybe someday I'll add on to that. So I think this is the flight to Las Vegas, an Airbus A321. Right behind it, and this one is flight 1547. Right behind it is flight 2850. Another Airbus A321, American Airlines, going to Los Angeles. Ron C. channel member says, I went to Texas Tech. They took Raider Red's guns away. Well, you know. I'm a non-violent kind of guy, so I don't have a problem with that. Craig Russell says, hello, everyone. Hello to you. And here goes the flight to Las Vegas. Oh, there's the A380. It's now on the move. It has backed out of its parking spot at Terminal D. We'll take another look at that in a second. I think we've got Iberia coming in here. This often comes in on the east side, coming in from Madrid. That is my recollection. That's an Airbus A330. A330-300. Flight 6149, Iberia. Again, coming in from Madrid after a flight of 10 hours and 17 minutos. Cloudy Sayers is here, channel member. Good evening, Walt. My husband and I are enjoying your live stream on this beautiful Friday night. Hope all is well and you are doing well. Thank you, Cloudy. It was so great to see you at the Cranky Dorkfest weekend festivities. Cloudy has a great Instagram channel. Is it called a channel on Instagram? I don't know. Page called AA Pilot Wife. AA Pilot Wife. She's always has some delightful photographs and presentations, so check her out there. Our channel member Hans Olaf Mork says, I love to watch NHL games, Dallas Stars. Go Stars! There's that large aircraft. Windows illuminated on both decks.
RNFB park, clear for takeoff runway 18 left American, 1241.
Thomas Moore wants to know if anybody's traveled through American's mini satellite terminal at Terminal E. Looks cozy. I have not. I don't fly that often, so even though I'm out here at the airport more times than most people who don't work at DFW Airport, I have not been to that satellite terminal. Cloudy's waiting now for flight 192 to take off, and so we'll see what happens today. We've been monitoring this plane for, well, you know, every time we're here we look for it, and in recent months it hasn't been, well, it's been taking off from what we like to call the short T on most nights. Could be because it's not operating full, so it doesn't need all that runway. And of course that could be one reason British Airways has elected to discontinue its A380 service here to DFW for the winter months. So yes, it's an Airbus A380 right there, a 9-year-old plane.
We are clear to take off one.
Getting ready for a trip with an average time of 8 hours and 41 minutes, according to Flight Radar 24. So we will keep an eyeball peeled on that plane. We have next for you Flight 2668 coming in from Las Vegas, American Airlines. They'll be an Airbus A321. Our next arrival on Runway DFW, live from DFW International Airport.
Envoy 3670, contact departure, so long. Departure so long. 3670, have a good night, guys.
Still amazes me that this camera, this sensor, can show you the green grass that's part of the airport here, which is just inky black to the naked eye. Pretty amazing to me. MR Rice wants to know, and hello to you, MR, what date will be the last flight out for the A380 on British Airways? I'll have to look that up. I do not know the answer to that. If anybody in our audience knows, let us know. I'd like to know. I'd like to be here for that. Talking about Satellite Terminal E, Luke says there isn't much to that terminal, but there is a Whataburger there. Well, that's worthy of visitation. And Anna says her husband, who's piloting an American Eagle flight, says there's a chance he will taxi out to 18 right, although she did mean 18 left, but that's fine. Making the turn there, American Flight 1578 off to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And that A380 is approaching the point where we would expect it to take off or keep going to the end of 18 left. We'll see what happens with that.
3.668 Alpha, cross my left and contact ground point 65 Southbridge. 18 left cross at Alpha.
So let us see what that big jet's doing. They call me 413, says hello internet friends, hello to you. The Peacock A380 says October 26th is the final British Airways departure from DFW. Thank you, the Peacock A380. October 26th. Let's see what day of the week that is. Where's my calendar? Calendar.
Yeah, 56 shots there, 13 right, clear to land.
I thought I had. I'm talking to myself. Oh, there it is. October 26th, that would be a Saturday. So, we will have to circle that date on our calendar. Jennifer with a plug for the food here at DFW Airport. It's good to know. Texas girl with a very generous super chat from Knoxville, Tennessee. I hope all is well, she says. And a $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Texas girl. She's on a long journey for work, and it was good seeing her the other night briefly. So thank you so much, Texas girl. I think this is coming a little further north than it has been. Perhaps we'll get a full-length takeoff here tonight.
Echo Alpha, hold short way left. Echo 4, Echo Alpha, hold short way left.
Not a lot else happening right now, so we will document the exploits of this plane. Well, let's see. So if it keeps turning in that direction, if it keeps making a left turn, essentially a U-turn, then it will be taking off from the short T here, which doesn't, it's nice when it comes all the way up here to the end of runway 18 left, so we can get a little closer view of it as we see Alaska flight 575, a MAX 8 taking off for Seattle.
Actually, on 138, keep moving across the lane left, with kilo traffic, wrong position, contact ground, 0.85.
Richard Hamby is here, somewhere in the airport, waiting for the flight, the last flight to Knoxville, as opposed to the last flight, the last train to Clarksville. Or the midnight train to Georgia. I got a million of them. Well, not a million. That was American Flight 2213 passing through the shot there, an Airbus A321 on its way, or coming in from Los Cabos in Mexico. So as you can see, the big A380 has made the turn. It will take off from the short T here on 18 left. As the A380 winds down its appearances here at DFW Airport, at least for the short term. Of course, this plane going to Heathrow in London. Here we go. there it goes. Happy flying to London. I have to make I've got to get another power cable for my primary camera here, or else it's going to run out of juice. So we'll have a little tiny musical interlude here while we complete this procedure, and I'll be right back with you on Runway DFW After Dark. an extended break than I had anticipated. The problem, again, is that I've got our main camera has a battery, which I'm trying to keep charged while we broadcast, and I'm not finding a charger and cable combination which seems to be successful at keeping it charged up. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. I apologize for the interruption in our broadcast. These things happen. That appears to be American Flight 779 going to Los Angeles. And we had an American Eagle plane coming in from El Paso. All right, and the dispatcher says her husband's plane is taxiing to the left. It's on the move, flight 3901, but taxiing to the other side. See if we can get a glimpse of it at least. We missed it already, have we? Let me pinpoint it on the map. Oh, it's already gone over. I apologize, Anna. I will try to get it to get it going up into the sky. But we just saw Delta flight 2796 and Airbus A380 coming in from Salt Lake City. Now, flight 3901 to Chattanooga, which we are interested in seeing. Is somewhere back there. We're on the west side of the airport, as we pointed out before. We're overlooking runways 18 left and 18 right. The plane in question is likely headed to 17 right for takeoff. So it's getting in line. There's about 4 or 5 planes ahead of it, so I'll try to keep track of it as we go through the next few minutes. American Flight 2229 is arriving from Des Moines, Iowa. It's an Airbus A380. And this will be our This will be our first acknowledgement of a 20th century plane this evening. I'd like to recognize Kevin Kelly being a member for 6 months. Wow, it's been 6 months and you have a 7478 coming in from Anchorage. Thank you, Kevin, for your support of the channel. I don't really consider it a broadcast unless we have a 747 as part of it. Oh, so I was going to salute this plane, and I'm going to do that as soon as I turn up the volume here. How old was that plane?
1999.
1999, okay. Well, it looks like the Chattanooga flight is getting ready to take off right now. So, Anna, let us point our camera in the direction, the right direction. There it is. So Anna, sorry, that's the best we can do tonight. A little far away. Not a gigantic plane. Safe travels to your hubby. There he goes. And I'm happy to oblige. I'm only sorry we couldn't be more zeroed in on that than we were, but we do what we can. All right, back on this side of the airport, it's an Airbus A321neo, flight 2102 American Airlines, going to Seattle, Washington.
Traffic is 3 out at taxiway Yankee Cross, one-way right, taxi at Charlie to the ramp. Maintain a handle 020, cross 18 left, County to the ramp. American 2466 down, 1A right, clear land, hold short, taxi Bravo for crossing traffic, 114012. Clear land, hold short, and Bravo for there, 140. American 1283, with Viva Golf. American 1283. American 1283.
I get a little little sip of water here.
281 east or west? West. 281 west, can leave a hold short 1 left.
Airman 24 letting us know that Turkish Airlines has pushed back from the gate. Thank you for that. We'll keep an eye out for that aeroplane. And while I'm thinking about it, let me say thanks to our Runway DFW channel members. It's a long list, and it starts with our channel sponsor. You know his name, James Webb. So thank you, James Webb, for all of your tremendous support of Runway DFW for the last 2 years. I thank you very much for that. And here come the names of our Runway DFW quad jet members. Our highest level of membership. I like to read them off because, well, they're important to this channel. The Quadjet members, this list was compiled at 11 a.m. this morning, so if you've become a member since then or upgraded your membership or downgraded it, we will reflect that on our next list. But here's the list as it stood this morning. 757 Chip, A-list flyer Chris, Alan J, Angela Smith, Anna the Dispatcher. Hey, there's Anna the Dispatcher. Beaker and Honeydew, Beve, Cubs Win, Dwayne C, Fred Robinson, James Webb, Josh Aldrich, who's getting ready to go down under himself, Kirby Brooks Sr., KS Avgeek, Lori M., Michael Flannery, Michelle R.S., who I believe is on a cruise right now to Alaska. That's exciting. Mike G., Pete Nordine, R. Bauer 25, Raina Taylor, who's in Ohio for a horse competition. Good luck to you, Raina. RWB Jr., S35 Bonanza Pilot, Sarah the Real Deal, Skittles, Steve Lundaby, TNT Oh My, and Will Hutchison. Those are our Quad Jet channel members. Thank you so much to all of you, and thanks to each of our Tri-Jet and Twin Jet members, whose names will now be scrolling along the bottom of your screen for the next few minutes. Martha Purdue saying hello, mods. George Ripto with a salute to the home airline here, American. Yeah, we've got a bunch of planes lined up to take off now. The first out of the gate is this American 737-800 off to Omaha, Nebraska, flight 2628. It's just after 9 o'clock, and a reminder that you are watching Runway DFW After Dark, live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas. I am your Master of Ceremonies, Walt, and I'm very glad that you have decided to check us out tonight. We have a landing there. The plane being Flight 4020, American Eagle, coming in from Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Florida. I think they're a little north of the worst of the Hurricane Milton, but I don't know. I hope they're doing okay there in Fort Walton Beach. Kiwi Whisper says it's just after 9 o'clock and it's time to shop, shop, shop. Oh, wrong channel. Well, you know, you can shop for fine Runway DFW merchandise. Oh, what do we have here? We have the America West heritage livery here. Here you can see it clearly on the tail of this plane. One of the American Airlines heritage liveries. I haven't seen this one in a while. So that was Flight 1797, Airbus A321, off to Las Vegas. Vedant Pathak says, awesome livery. Yeah, American has a number of those heritage liveries. Channel member Roy L. says, good night, everyone. Sorry I got to leave early. Have an early flight from Lubbock to Washington Dulles Airport. Charter flight for the West Texas Honor Flight for 3 days in D.C. See lots of new sights and good times. Roy L., have a great trip. Thank you for spending some of your Friday evening with us. And have fun in the nation's capital. Coming into focus there at the last moment is American Flight 2406 from Minneapolis, St. Paul, 737-800 on Runway DFW.
2406, what's the kill you got, or are you going to Echo 3? Target 3121, take what's the like now, hold short one left.
See what we've got going on here. The aforementioned Turkish Airways Dreamliner. There it is there. It will soon be on its way back to Istanbul. It's a 7879 Dreamliner, flight 192. A flight number that will live in infamy here at the airport, but I'm kind of surprised that anybody is using it as a flight number, but maybe enough years have expired. And is this going to go over to the east side? I guess it is. Or maybe it's just making a jog there, but it looks like it is making the turn to head over to the bridge to take it to the east side of this gigantic airport. Next to arrive, American Flight 1992 is going to Seattle, Washington. It's coming in from Seattle, Washington. On your Friday night edition of Runway DFW. I'd like to salute Ronnie Johansson for being a Twin Jet member for 7 months. Hello, Walt from Northeast Kansas. Hello there, Ronnie. Thank you so much for your kind support of the channel. Look who's here. It's Wellington Flights Live. Our friend Kevin. Hello, have been lurking and snoozing. Just wanted to say hello. So good to see you here as always, Kevin. I will gratefully give a plug to your great channel, Wellington Flights Live. Everybody check that out if you haven't already. I'm sure you probably have, but if you haven't, well, don't miss out. Kevin was our first and only international guest here on this program. He agreed to pop in on a stream, I don't know, 6 months ago. It's been a while. We just chatted for a little while. It was an interesting experience. It seemed to work out. Flight 807 arriving from Austin, Texas, a 737-800. The plane that just took off was Flight 3697 American Eagle going to Manhattan, Kansas. I am very sorry about that cough. I was blindly dialing the knobs on my audio mixer, and I thought I was dialing down the correct one, and as it turns out, I was not. So we'll have to fix that in post. Take another gander at the MD-11, which is still getting loaded up right next door to us here. Cargo doors open. They're lifting even more containers into that old bird. Ooh, tri-jets, says Luke. Philippe Brizion is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Philippe. Kai, who is a channel member and a moderator, says hello. Oh, good evening, Walt, and the rest of the DFW family. Hello, Kai. So good to see you here tonight. Thank you for your support of the channel on various fronts. Brendan J says, darn, I must have just missed you, Walt. I was just there a few hours ago. I got here at about 6:40 p.m. for our 7:30 start time. Just made it as far as setup goes. And along the bottom of your screen, you are seeing the names of Runway DFW supporters, and those are our channel members. We got a lot of them, and I thank all of you. Mike Cruz is one of them. Said I just joined and saw my name scroll by. Yes, this list was prepared this morning at 11-ish a.m. I can't do this in real time, unfortunately, so if you are a new member since 11 a.m. this morning, look for your name on a future broadcast. Again, I haven't planned any broadcasts for this weekend. So our next one will be sometime next week. Probably a night stream, but you never know when we're going to pop in on the morning. I always like to get a propeller or two in there when we can. And that in particular, do I have it here on my view screen? No, I guess I don't. So I cannot otherwise identify that particular plane. Our thank you list has now run its course, so thank you again to our Runway DFW members. Much appreciated, everyone. We lost our little time thingy. Put that back in. Brandon J wants to know if there's any 7-4s departing or arriving. I think we've got a Nippon Cargo scheduled for later this evening. Keep an eye out for that. Always on the lookout for heavy jets. The next one to arrive is not a heavy, it's a narrow body. It's American Flight 2747 from San Diego. We were just talking about San Diego, weren't we? It is an Airbus A321. Mike Huckert says, awesome footage, Walt. Thank you so much, Mike. Scott Randon checking in from Garland, Texas, a Dallas suburb. Happy to have you here with us. You can kind of see the cloud cover in that shot. You know, we put up with so much heat here during the late spring, the summer, and the early fall months that it's just such a delightful evening tonight. Current temperature being 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind out of the southeast at 11. And yeah, I know that 79 probably sounds a little warm-ish to some people, I guess, but it is just a perfect shirt sleeve night here at the plaza. American Flight 2288 rolling through there. That's going to FAT, Fresno, California. FAT is the airport code. Say that our camera 1 battery charge has stabilized at 22%. So as long as it holds there, I think we're going to be okay. Carolyn Crowder, a channel member, says, "Good evening, Walt and the Runway DFW family. Happy Friday, everyone." Thank you for that. Anna the dispatcher says, I'm up past my bedtime. Time to turn in. Thank you, Anna, for your great support of the channel, for your friendship, and glad to see you. Get some rest. To the newlywed. Chuck TXK says, "Howdy, Walt. Sprint car racing just finished out at Texas Motor Speedway," which is just about 30 minutes from here to the west. Out Highway 121. Anna said, "Walt, I did email you about getting myself a little blue wrench." Well, Anna, I will put that in my notes for getting you installed there. Thank you, Anna. Ron C says, "My Sony camera is a power hog for its size." Well, you know, these cameras do a lot, so I can understand it. And, you know, we're using this in a non-traditional way. You know, these cameras are mainly designed for bursts of, you know, using it in bursts, and we're just using these cameras continuously. Sarah Deal says, "Hi, Walt. I'm excited about arriving at DFW on Tuesday." And that is exciting. I will make a special effort to be here on Tuesday. I don't know when you can get out to the plaza. I don't know what your schedule is, but Sarah making this will be her third time to come and see us. I think that's pretty much a record for any out-of-towner. Kevin of Airline Videos Live has only been here twice. And we look forward to his next appearance, as do all of his fans here in North Texas and southern Oklahoma. That was American Flight 1504, speaking of Los Angeles, coming in from the city of Angels, an Airbus A321 on runway DFW. Just about 9:30 p.m. in the Central Time Zone. Luke says, speaking of cameras, was trying to get mine to take photos of the aurora, the northern lights last night, and had to give up and use my phone. Says, ended up taking 10 to 15 photos because I wanted to watch and enjoy. It was so bright we could see them with the naked eye for over 45 minutes. That is spectacular. Oh, pardon me? Oh, well, hello. Good to see you. I'm Walt.
Andrew.
Andrew, pleasure to meet you. Ron is using a Sony Alpha FX3 full-frame cinema camera. That's a pretty high-end piece of kit there, I would have to say. We've got an Alpha 7S as our main camera here, and we will show that to you here in a second. So there's our Alpha 7S, and our secondary camera is another Sony camera. It's a ZV-E1. They both, I believe, both have 12 megapixel sensors, which is not, you know, super high pixels, but they are both superb at night vision because they, I guess, the bigger pixels let in more light, if I understand all that correctly. Larry Brown was doing 30-second exposures with his Nikon D850 for the Aurora. Mike Hockerts with a kind word. Your recent coverage of Incheon International Airport in Seoul was awesome. I recently transited there, going from Minneapolis to Bangkok and back. And Incheon is a huge airport. It is. It's only got 2 terminal buildings, but there's a lot going on there. And we were just looking at the MD-11. Oops. Still getting loaded up there. We expect to see that, either that or the other MD-11 going out later this evening. Larry Brown says, I sent you one of my Aurora pics I took at our local airport last night. I will be on the lookout for that, Larry. Hope to feature that on our next broadcast. Anthony Guinan says the GoPro is also a battery hog, talking about cameras. Yeah, I've found that to be the case as well. I wasn't expecting that, but that kind of how it turned out to be. American Flight 2346 for Chicago O'Hare Airport is about to take off. It's a 737-800. And we have it for you exclusively here on Runway DFW After Dark. Big football weekend here in North Texas, as we said earlier. This plane just touching down from Oklahoma City, this American Eagle jet. Tomorrow, the big Red River rivalry, say that 5 times fast, featuring or pitting the Texas Longhorns against the Oklahoma Sooners at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, where there's the State Fair is going on, the State Fair of Texas. There you see Volaris, flight 801. It's an Airbus A321neo. This one is headed to Mexico City. And that's just it's almost a brand new plane, just 1 year old as of June. This American Eagle Emperor 175 coming in from Savannah, Georgia. Sith Lord Plane Spotter 94 says hello. Hello to you, Sith Lord. I'm hoping I am addressing you in the correct manner. Anthony Guinan says, Dodgers win and Runway DFW, what a great night. Well, I'm glad for everybody whose team is victorious. I don't even know who the Dodgers were playing, unfortunately. I haven't been keeping up with baseball. I don't think our Texas Rangers have made it into the playoff run this year after being world champions 1 year ago. Such is baseball. So you saw that plane taking off, and you heard the plane right behind it taking off as soon as that left the ground. We have Timothy Kesterson, who is a new subscriber to the channel. Thank you, Timothy. We welcome you in. John Hume says good evening or good morning, folks. Hello, John. Pleasure to have you with us this evening. Craig Russell, channel member, says American Airlines Dreamliner Dash 8 coming in from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, just 7 minutes out now. And we say hello to Rob Blackman, who sends us a greeting. Not just me, but all of our Runway DFW family members. Got another flight coming in from Sin City, Las Vegas, flight 2603, an Airbus A321, American Airlines. Coming in past the shrubbery. Mike Huckert says, good luck to the baseball fans whose teams are still in it. And congratulations to the teams that didn't quite make it, but gave it their all, right? Our channel member H. Dot is checking in. Hi, Walt, mods, lurkers, and chatters. Yeah, we welcome lurkers. Nothing wrong with that. I've been known to lurk myself. As we watch American Eagle Flight 4961. This is off to Stillwater, Oklahoma. Just a very short jaunt. Probably about a half hour or so. There's that Volaris flight going back to Mexico City. Hasta la vista.
Polaris 201, kind of departure today. Got 4833, you got a second? Just give me a heads up, it kind of hurts the final when you guys go, like, drop it that much, like at 5 miles out. Just give you a heads up to move forward whenever you guys land.
Carla Longerbeam, gonna say good night. Thanks, Walt, for the stream. We'll finish watching tomorrow. Thanks and much appreciation to our fabulous mods. Hand clap. Have a wonderful night and rest of your weekend, everyone. Thank you. Carla. It's our first Frontier flight of the night. I think so. Flight 3212 coming in from Los Angeles, Airbus A321neo with Stewart, the red-billed streamer tail on the back of that plane. There's another Frontier flight coming in over on the east side right now. Sorry for that pan, but there it is. It's kind of hard to make out. But that had Miracle the Seagull on the back of it. Richard Hamby says, thanks, Walt, for entertaining the past 2 hours. If American Flight 1052 takes off on the west side, we will wave. And we've got American Flight 2533 about ready to touch down. This is the aforementioned Dreamliner Dash 8 coming in from Philadelphia. Robert Davis, KB9RIP, says, good evening, DFW. Is that an amateur call sign, or is that... I don't know. Mitch Kahn, or Cone, says, I'm a new follower, so happy I found this channel. I'm watching from Houston. So, welcome to you. And we have Kalita Air, Flight 814. That's a 747-400 going to Anchorage. It is now lit up on the radar, so we should be seeing that going out soon here on the west side. Excellent. So while we gird our loins for that, we will get ready to welcome another Dreamliner. We have a new subscriber there whose name I could not quite make out, but we're glad you have found us here at Runway DFW. About 9:45 here. We're going to try to be with you until 11-ish Central Time. So where's that Philadelphia flight? It's just, we're about 20-30 seconds from seeing it. Another new subscriber. You see their names in the upper left-hand corner of the screen as we broadcast. Lando Lakes Landing from this perspective. I'd like to say hello to Barbara P. Sterling. She says, hello, Walt. Glad you got back safe. Yes, it was an interesting journey to Los Angeles and the Far East. Here comes American Flight 2180. It's going to Oklahoma City. It's an Airbus A321. The land of our friend and moderator and channel member Josh Aldridge, who himself is, I think he has plans to go see our friend Kevin at Wellington Flights Live as he goes to New Zealand in the next week or two. That is very exciting. So there we go, off on the short jaunt to OKC. So we've got some interesting cargo just ahead for you here on Runway DFW, including this, a tri-jet. It is UPS flight 767, which of course is not a 767. It's a 27-year-old MD-11 off to Louisville. So we've got this to look forward to. We've got Kalitta Air Flight 814 going to Anchorage. That's a 747. And we also have a Nippon Cargo 747, which should be coming in the next hour or so, if memory serves. Nippon Cargo scheduled in at 10:47, so just about an hour from now. I also see here we've got the Qantas flight coming in from Melbourne. Well, it says planned here. Let's see if that's accurate or not. Cross. And fortunately for us, this plane looks like it's on a trajectory to take off here on the west side. Luke, I think your prayers are being answered. This just in from the Runway DFW ranch. Oh well. Larry Brown, channel member, Mad Dog rocket launch in 10, 9, 8, 7. Well, it's still waiting to cross runway 18 right, on its way to runway 18 left for aforementioned takeoff. So it has received clearance to mosey on over to 18 left. We use words like mosey here in Texas. It's going to be a turn and burn, it looks like. So there it goes off to Louisville. But, you know, we have something else here to see. There is the Qantas Air 747-400.
1992.
A 32-year-old airframe. This is going to Anchorage. off there. And this Queen of the Skies is coming up to see us here. There's no competition for it here, so as far as taking off goes. Well, I see another plane back there. Just Plains Crazy has gifted a Runway DFW membership. Thank you, Just Plains Crazy. And Danny Kennedy has chimed in with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Danny. Is greater than 2. That's the equation we have here at Runway DFW. That refers to engines, of course. Just after 10 o'clock here on Runway DFW. And so just a reminder, you're watching Runway DFW After Dark, live and in full color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, USA. Beto Basilio says hello from Arkansas. Hello to you. Leonardo Papo Muniz says, hi, Mr. Walt. My son is leaving as a flight attendant number 1 on flight 2347 to Colorado Springs at 10:48. Well, we'll try to be on the lookout for that. Should leave from over on this side of the airport. George Hetherington says, beautiful evening, Walt. It is a beautiful evening for plane spotting, or just for being out of doors, really. Well, more planes to see and hear and look at. We've still got this, I think it's an A300 UPS with its cargo door agape. But it looks like they're pulling out the loading equipment. And I think we've got an A300 on the schedule. Let's see here. Yeah, an A300 going to Louisville. Scheduled to depart at 10:27. So about 30 minutes from now. So they're going to button up this plane and we'll see it go off. The Nippon Cargo 747-8 is due to come in about 10:45, which would put it about 40 minutes away. I see an American 777-300 scheduled to go out to London Heathrow at around this time. I haven't seen it yet. Let's see if it's on the radar. I do see Iberia Flight 6148 headed back to Madrid. That's an Airbus A330-300. That made a pretty quick turnaround. Other than that, it's kind of quiet right now. We've got a Saab 340B coming in. That's a cargo plane. That's fun to watch. Let's swing things around here. It's got propellers. So let's see how far off it is. Oh, it's just around the corner here, so punch that button. We will favor you with a Saab.
Airplane 3129, Key Long, Charlie 79, my frequency, appreciate the help.
And yes, some of our viewers are pointing out that, or Barbara P. Sterling is pointing out that we've got some prop action. She's a fan of the prop planes. I hear tell. So let's see if we can get another shot of it as it comes towards us. I think it'll be coming towards us, or because there's not a lot else happening right now. The A380 we talked about is now on the radar, flight 793 going to Louisville. It's a turn-of-the-century plane. This Saab 340B, I don't have a date on this one, according to Flight Radar. I guess that's about all of it we're going to see.
Is there
Pardon? Hold on.
Is there any special landing that you're trying to capture?
No, just whatever happens.
No, okay.
Nothing.
Any more planes up for landing or takeoff sometime soon?
No, this one's pushing back right now.
Back?
Yep. And the one we're talking about is this. This is the A300, flight 793, going to Louisville. And as I said, it's a turn-of-the-century plane from the year 2000. Things have quieted down quite a bit here as far as activity, but we'll hang out for the Nippon Cargo 747. Luke said the Saab we saw was an Ameriflight plane, 34-year-old Saab, born in May of the year
1990.
Now we need a little more volume on that. Singers, can you try that again?
1990.
That's a little better. So that goes for the Saab. Steve Heath is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Steve Heath, for becoming a part of the Runway DFW family of viewers. And as a subscriber, in about 5 minutes, you'll be able to join in the chat and say hello, should you choose to do that. Thank you for that info, Luke. John Hume says, thanks, Walt. Time I head back to the flea pit and catch some Z's before Saturday's chores Be good, folks, and enjoy. Thank you for watching, Chad. Or John, I'm sorry. I was looking at... Thank you for watching, John. Chad Hart, a subscriber to or a member of the channel, says the Detroit Lions football team will be landing tomorrow for Sunday's game against the Cowboys. Well, I shall not be here on over the weekend, this weekend. Got a pile of other things to do, but we'll be back next week. Turn on your little notification bells. Chad Hart, channel member, says, hello, gang. Hello to you, Chad. No singing for this plane. It's a turn-of-the-century model from the year 2000. Our singers are tuned only to give salutes to planes from the 20th century. That's just how we've stacked it up. Plus, we don't have any jingles for the 21st century. Peacock A380 says, thanks for a great After Dark show, Walt, Moderation Federation, and fellow viewers. Tate says hello. We say hello back to Tate. We saw Tate's plane land earlier. The delayed Qantas flight from Sydney. And of course, the Peacock A380 you may be familiar with his...
Tower Delta 2967 visual, 18 right.
Whoa. We'll hop in there. Sorry about that.
Land 18 right, Delta 2967.
You probably recognize the Peacock A380 as one of the moderators on the super great Sid Squad channel, so... look for his fine work there and say hello to him the next time you're checking out the Sid Squad. So many great aviation channels here on YouTube. And it really has gotten to the point where you can pretty much watch 24 hours a day. There'll be somebody live from somewhere or other. It's almost like the golden age of online plane spotting, and I'm just happy to be a little tiny part of that. Technology has enabled us to do this, and along with YouTube, thank you to YouTube.
Look at this! I can talk to you! I know, no, I didn't know. I just thought it was very horrible.
I don't have my air horn tonight. Ron C says there's the 24/7 LAX camera. Yes, that's a relatively recent addition to our friends' channel at Airline Videos Live. So thank you for that, Kevin. I like to call it the Plane Spotter's water cooler. Kevin liked that. Well, while we wait for this to take off, we've got a Delta plane coming in. Delta Flight 2967 from Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Tower, hello, American 1494, with you coming up on Netty for the visual, 1 right. 1494,
That's an Airbus A320.
All right, clear to land, 1 right, American 1494.
1998.
So another 20th century salute for you there. About time for the for the A300 to take off. We'll see it go through the shot there. As we see the Iberia plane getting ready to take off. Yeah, it looks like the Iberia plane is cleared for takeoff.
Over to Park Speed, 793, heavy small.
So while we're watching out for that to take off, we've got American Flight 1494 coming in from Las Vegas. An Airbus A321. Thank you to the Peacock A380 for gifting 5 Runway DFW memberships. Thank you so much. So you will see our newest members popping up there on the screen. That's very kind of you and much appreciated. So some new members to our roster. Here goes the Iberia plane back to Madrid. A330-300.
Possibly 140 heavy mistake.
First banana bird of the evening.
I'm surprised they even jacked up.
Spirit Airlines, of course, in the news this week as it deals with some money problems. Ron C. says that it looks like the green building switched to pink tonight. I don't know why that would be. Could be related to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Abraham says, you are working late, Walt. Must be half hour to midnight where you are. No, it's a half hour to 11 o'clock. This is a central time zone of the U.S. So you're close. You're in the right ballpark. We should be out of here by midnight. I think the next thing we're going to be waiting on, the next major thing will be the Nippon Cargo 747 coming in from Anchorage, which I've got to check on now to see where it's hanging in, or where it is. MR Rice says good night. Good night to you, MR Rice. We're happy to have had you with us this evening. Out here to see if I can figure out. Okay, I'm seeing the Nippon Cargo plane. It's about 30 minutes away, it says here, so right about the top of the hour, or close to it, we'll be seeing that. It's a 747-8, 10-year-old plane. Good looking livery. That's worth hanging out for. So we may have to do some tap dancing in the interim, but as for right now, we've got American Flight 2121 from the city adjacent to the bay, San Francisco, an Airbus A321, which will be with us momentarily.
Flight 2390, departure. American 2390,
And thanks again to the Peacock A380 for that great gifted membership, or the gift of memberships to the channel. The Random Spotter says, I know a certain song that could be used for a musical interlude. Musical interlude. Yeah, we're not going away yet, but, we got time to fill. That's the American flight from San Francisco. want to see any aircraft action, I think we're going to have to point our lens over to the east side, where Frontier Flight 4397 is coming in from Baltimore Washington International Airport on an Airbus A320neo with Fran the Sea Lion on the tail, but you know, it's unlikely we'll get to see it in a very in a way that would allow us to really identify the tail art. So we'll point our camera over there, and we'll watch a long distance Frontier flight. It's what we do here at Runway DFW. Cleared most of the obstacles. Turn away too many viewers. Our friend, my wife Charlene says didn't hear any music, so that's good. Well, we've got one of my favorite liveries here on the channel. It is the ketchup and mustard livery of DHL, operated by ABX Air. Off to Cincinnati, it's a 767 300 something ER. Isn't that nice? I like that.
Alright, cross line right at Zulu and we'll hold short 1 left, 102 has it.
Another 20th century plane for you there. It looks like it is on a trajectory to go over to the east side for takeoff. Not what we need right now. We need some action over here on the west side. Oh no. It is making the right-hand turn for the short T to take off here on 18 left. That's what I'm talking about. It's a 767 20th century. Let's go.
Okay, caution wake turbulence, sign up weight 18 left, which is go. All the way 35 minutes.
Luke says, ooh, faked us all out with this short T launch. It did. I really thought I was going to go over to the east side. I'm always glad to be wrong about things like that. See here. Nothing coming in the short term. No, we haven't done this yet. And by this, I'll get to that. I'll tell you what I'm doing here in a second. And that is taking a look at our friend the moon. So we've gone a little bit past. Is that considered a half moon, or is that a little bit past a half moon? Looks like we've got a little bit, just a skosh more than a half moon there. Count the craters. I need some moon music. Do I have any moon music? I have some sunrise music, but I don't think that would apply. Oh, what was that? Barbara P. Sterling says, very nice moon. Put music back, please. We'll have plenty of music for you on the chat extravaganza, which immediately follows our live presentation. Now we've got an American Eagle, Ember 175, lining up to take off for Corpus Christi, Texas, flight 4065. That's it there. John English says a 59% illumination for the moon tonight. So yeah, that's a little greater than 50%. Thank you for that technical information. The Random Spotter says I have that eclipse music. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm not sure whether I have that on my iPad though. I think it's in the mix for our chat extravaganza music, so it's somewhere in there. Oh, I see a Qantas plane. Now is that the Sydney plane that's gotten turned around? No, that's the Melbourne flight. So it's Qantas Flight 22, 7879 Dreamliner going to Melbourne, which we saw there momentarily. Where did I see that? Here it is. Also, we've got a Frontier Flight 1405 going to Ontario, California, an Airbus A320 with Rocket, the Hammerhead Shark. And see if we can get a gander at that. Hammerhead sharks are especially scary looking. So let's see how much of this we can see. It's a little difficult with the exposure. We've got, because it's so dark, we've got the exposure turned way up, so anything that's light can get blown out a little bit sometimes. But I think we can kind of see it there. Barbara says, keep watch for for Frontier with my Eagle on the tail fin. Seen it twice at LAX. Well, sorry, no Eagle here. But a shark. A hammerhead shark. Oh, we got a pretty good look at it there. There's the Flying Roo. Heading on up to the takeoff point. Flight 22 to Melbourne is that. As you see in the foreground, Flight 2734, American Airlines going to Oklahoma City, an Airbus A321. So once again, this flight to Melbourne, almost 17 hours. It's 16 hours and 55 minutes for the average flight time. Whew. It's going to turn and burn here on Runway DFW. Off to Melbourne. Here comes an old-timey Spirit Airlines livery. I believe it's often referred to as the birthday cake livery. That flight coming into us from Miami, flight 3175, an Airbus A380. And we're going to turn our camera around because we're going to look at the Nippon Cargo flight 168 coming in from Anchorage. I think this is going to be our last airplane to be presented to you tonight. Once again, it's a 7478 coming in from Anchorage, flight 168 Nippon Cargo. We're a little ahead of things here. It's about 20 seconds away, I would say. And once we get this down, we will commence our chatstravaganza portion of the program, where you can chat amongst yourselves and or listen to music as I pack up our gear. 4 is greater than 2. Always a welcome sight. 747, Queen of the Skies. All right. Why, George, we've done it again. I don't know what we've done. We've we've taken pictures of airplanes. We've talked about airplanes. Talked about all sorts of stuff. And then we're done. I would like very much, first of all, to play some music here. This always seems appropriate for a Runway DFW After Dark. You have been watching Runway DFW After Dark. Our channel sponsor is James Webb. Thank you to James. Thank you so much to our great team of moderators, the Runway DFW Moderation Federation. And once again, if you are interested in being a moderator, it's a volunteer thing, so, you know, that's entirely up to you. But if you have an interest, write to me at walt@runwaydfw.com. walt@runwaydfw.com. Take some of the pressure off of our great team of moderators so that they can have some free time sometimes. I would like to thank all of our channel members. You know who you are, and we pop your names in there during our broadcast so everybody can see. I would like to thank all of our subscribers. Got a lot of new subscribers tonight. A few new members. All of our viewers, lurkers, anybody out there, thank you so much for watching Runway DFW After Dark. We'll have no shows this weekend, at least no scheduled shows. We'll be back next week sometime. Barbara Sterling's coming in on Tuesday. That sounds like a good time to have a show. So we'll probably see you then on Runway DFW After Dark. Happy contrails to you until we meet again. And don't forget, Chatstravaganza is next. Well, I think I've just about packed up as much as I can without turning us off the air. So it's time to say goodnight to you all. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for keeping me company while I pack things up here. There's a couple more things left to do. Is our oh no, it's not frozen. Okay. I don't think we're frozen, are we? Did we get knocked off the air? No. Okay. I'm watching a signal that's coming back, and I thought maybe we were off the air. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you for your kind comments during the night. Once again, if you have anything you need to let me know about offline, it's my email address is Walt, W-A-L-T, at runwaydfw.com. That's the email address here at Runway DFW. We'll be back, I think, Tuesday night. Oh, I guess we've got the other Qantas flight headed back to Sydney right now. I'll just have to wave to it because I can't wait. Our cameras are gone. But flight 8, is it? Yes, flight 8 back to Sydney, a 7879 Dreamliner, is just now where I'm pointing. It's rolling and going to take off on the runway, on runway 18 left. So, anyway, I think that's it for me. We'll be back soon, and yes, this has been Packing with Walt. Thank you, Charlene. Beve, thanks for hanging out with us for this whole shindig as one of our great mods. Thank you very much. Have a good drive home. Bye. Thank you, Beve. The Random Spotter. Thanks again, Walt. Drive safe home and take care. See you again soon and have a great weekend. Thanks to you too. Mary Extraordinaire here just for the chatstravaganza. Says see you all later. Have a good night. And we will. We're going to head on out of here. So happy contrails to you until we meet again on Runway DFW.
Oh.